Afternoon, everybody. Today, we are having the fifth session of the international webinar series. We are very pleased and lucky to have Dr. Mukund Kadam as the speaker of the session. Dr. Mukund graduated from Parbani Veterinary College in 1999. He completed his post-graduation in 2002 from Mumbai Veterinary College. He did his PhD from CARI in CARI in Azad Nagar in 2005 and his postdoctoral fellowship from the University of New England, Australia in 2010. Dr. Mukund is a pioneer in the research of in ovo nutrition in chicken in India. He has been instrumental in developing state-of-the-art facilities at Poultry Training and Demonstration Center, which was established under the Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana (RKVY) project. The center has a unique demonstration and hands-on facility for farmers and women, and also the college students. The training center created several poultry entrepreneurs in and around Nagpur and is continually engaged in delivering knowledge on scientific poultry farming for small-scale farmers, youth, and women of Maharashtra. Dr. Kadam is engaged in several government schemes, especially for rural poultry farming. He has more than 10 years of experience in low input technology and native birds and their role in economic upliftment of rural people. I welcome Dr. Mukund to handle the session.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Vimal.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. So, very good afternoon to all of you. Now, today's my topic of discussion is backyard to front yard poultry farming post-COVID. During this entire session, we'll mostly highlight to the backyard or you can say the colored birds, but very little aspect of the commercial broiler and layer also we'll just go through it. So, coming to the topic, this today's generation is, I think, you can say, just a minute, I think lost the PPT.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. So today's generation is, you can say, a fortunate or unfortunate that we are witness of this COVID situation 2020. And this COVID has given a dramatically, you can say, changed the entire timeline. People have stuck up their home, entire the watches has been stopped, whatever the plan were there, that all plan were squashed. And yes, entirely this COVID situation changed the mindset of entire common people, or you can say each one of us. And no doubt for this, poultry sector is also one of the sector which has been tremendously affected, or you can say to rethink to going before ahead. Now, when you talk about this COVID situation, and you can see very easily, this COVID has hit more to the developed countries as compared to the Asian countries.
Please share the slide once more.
Just a minute. Sorry. Right. So this COVID has hit to all the mostly the two developed countries, and if you see the picture, see mostly the most affected are the developed country as compared to the Asian countries. No doubt for this situation, or you can say the on control or overcome on this COVID situation, the credit goes to government of India, They have tackled very nicely, maybe due to lockdown or unlock system and all. But one more factor I think which has been not studied, that is a genetic makeup. Definitely the genetic makeup of we people and these developed country people is totally different, and that could be the one of the reason what I feel the death toll as on today is around 32,000 in India, and if you compare this picture with the US, it's more than 1.5 lakh, though they have the excellent facility to than the us. If you compare, or you can say if you correlate this situation to our poultry industry, similar kind of situation you will find in commercial and the rural poultry. You can see this picture. See, this coronavirus heated. The first is the poultry industry, which was heated by this corona or COVID-19 situation, and rather it gave a you can say the indication to government that something is going to happen. But maybe due to this or that reason, the government didn't took it very seriously. And then when the situation, the government took it seriously, that time was already we have passed more time, and from 23rd of the March, government declared the complete lockdown. So during this entire COVID situation, the most affected was the commercial production, commercial broiler, and commercial layer. No doubt they are with the population wise or with quantity wise, turnover wise, commercial broiler layer industry is bigger than the colored birds. But very surprisingly, I have seen during this COVID, these colored birds were very much resistant for the COVID rumors. I have witnessed personally, and I have seen that during this period, people were ready to eat or people were preferring the colored birds, but not the white birds or against the broiler birds. And I know that there is no correlation between the birds and this COVID, but still, due to this myth or due to these waves, the people were preferring buying colored birds during this corona, and they were thinking that there is no issue of corona in colored birds, but the broiler birds are more you can say sensitive for this corona. Though it's myth, we tried our best, but still it was the myth. And I have seen, you can see this picture also, people were kept only colored birds. They were not ready to sell broiler bird. And when I asked them, then they said, yes, sir, these colored birds are resistant in this corona. Nahi hota hai. There is no corona in colored birds. And broiler, no. Broilers are very sensitive. In this corona issue will be there. People are not suffering. So such a kind of mentality was there during this COVID situation for specifically this white bird, and this colored birds was on demand. Now, when you talk about the different segment of the poultry, live poultry sector, very easily we can differentiate. One is a major commercial aspect, which is around 80% you can say in layer, broiler, breeders are there. Very small segment, that is a backyard poultry, that is a non-descriptive bird, that is another component of this live poultry sector. Third and very important segment, that is a low input technology birds. It may be Vanraja, Giriraja, or there are different kind of birds has been developed by different institute, government as well as private institute, and these people has transformed this rural poultry, or you can say that they have made a significant role in rural poultry economy. Another poultry segment is the other species like duck, quail, turkey. And I have seen interestingly during this COVID situation, the quail was again on very much demand. And the people were saying, yes, this corona won't affect these quail birds, and there is no issue of corona from this quail. And in our area, quail was on very much demand during this COVID situation. If you take the entire picture of the poultry industry, no doubt the southern part of India has contributed a lot, more than 57% in Indian poultry, 14% by the western part of India, and 17% part from the northern part of India, and 12 to 13% part is contributed by the eastern part of the India. Again, a very interesting picture when we talk about the rural poultry, or you can say backyard poultry. So in this rural sector, more than 50% of contribution is by only 6 states. who are leading states in this backyard farming or rural poultry farming. Undoubtedly, again, southern part major is the Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, West Bengal, and Assam. These are the major roles, and now Odisha is also very coming up. So these are the 5 or 6 states which are playing a very important role in rural poultry farming. If you take the entire backyard poultry picture, see more than 21% egg has been contributed by the rural poultry farming, and around 8.5% of the total meat production is contributed by the again this rural poultry. And see, you can see very easily the more than 30 million farmers has been engaged in backyard poultry farming. So you can, from this figure, you can see what a significant role of this rural poultry in Indian economy, specifically at the rural part. Now, this significant contribution not only in term of nutrition, but again in term of the income, because India is playing again having a problem of malnutrition, and for this malnutrition, this rural poultry playing a significant role through this supplying the egg as well as the meat. Now, what do you mean by backyard poultry? Yes, I know everyone knows about the backyard poultry. The people are keeping around 10-15 birds without any taking care of the housing, whatever the household waste are there, crop residues are there, byproduct fodder material they are giving, and mostly the indigenous birds, the local native birds are reared in this system. Predatory issue is there, very less biosecurity. If the SFRB, that is the scavenging feed resource base area, is more, then their working this system is working more, because maximum area for scavenging feed base they will can there is a more, you can say, the more egg production or more body weight gain in that particular SFRB. And in this system, backyard system, hardly people are getting 50 to 60 eggs, and body weight is hardly 1.5 kg. There is no economics, there is no commercialization of this aspect, and that's why we say it's a backyard poultry. No business, it's only backyard, zero input, you can say, they are giving for this backyard poultry. But transformation from backyard to front yard, why we say backyard to front yard? Yes, now this COVID has asked us to think, rethink. Now this backyard should come to front yard. Now we should focus on the front yard, how to get more income out of it, how to get some more economy, how to boost the economy of rural people through this rural poultry or colored birds. That's why this I said from backyard to front yard, and no doubt for this backyard to front yard, there is a significant role has been played by the ICR central government institutes like DPR. Yes, they are supplying more than 5 lakh chicks per annum to the all over the India, and that all Vanraja, Vanraja, Krishi Pro, different birds they are supplying at different places from the DPR. No doubt CRI is again one of the eminent center. They are supplying around 1.5 lakh chicks per annum. CPDO Bangalore is playing a very good role. Mumbai, Bhubaneswar, Chandigarh, they are supplying more than 4.5 lakh chicks annually, and supporting to this AISRP also playing a very important role. Apart from that, central agriculture universities as well as central veterinary universities are there, or state veterinary universities are there. They are playing a very important role. None other than again the Tanuas. Yes, absolutely, they are playing a very important role. Kerala University, Kerala Veterinary University, JNKV, Jabalpur University, from Rajasthan, the Maharana Pratap University. So these different universities are there, and these universities are playing a very important role. They are keeping the parent stocks and supplying to the state government hatchery. From there, the chicks are placed at different part of that particular state, which is again boosting the economy of the backyard poultry or rural poultry. Apart from that, because in poultry, no doubt, government has a very important role, but apart from that, industry, in commercial also, if you see, there are a number of big peoples are there, big giants are there, they are playing a very important role. Similar kind of role is played in this colored bird also, in rural poultry also. I have mentioned these 4 or 5 names, like a cake farm. Yes, more than 35 lakh chicks they are placing annually. Another group, very south group, that is Indibro. This group is placing more than 25 lakh chicks annually all over India. They have the different franchises in India, maybe in Assam, in Odisha, with the name of other diamond hatcheries, and they are placing chicks more than 25 lakhs. In Maharashtra specifically, Satpura is the one of the bird which is placing around 20 lakhs per annum. Chicks placement is there. Shipra from Bihar. So this, if you calculate entirely, approximately, I don't know exact figure, but I have calculated around 1 lakh 80,000 chicks are placed. Sorry, 180 crore chicks. 180 crore chicks are placed per annum per year in all over the entire country. So you can see the how this rural poultry is growing up. Now we'll see the different rural poultry models. What are the different poultry models and how they are working in our rural poultry economy? Very known model from the Kerala Veterinary University. As I told, this state university or state veterinary university, they are keeping the low input technology birds, parent stocks they are keeping, or it may be a local bird, Gram Priya or Ram Lakshmi, whatever the birds they have developed, or they are procuring from others, and they are keeping this parent stock, and they are supplying the day-old chicks of this parent stock to the government regional farms or state government farms, and from there they are supplying the chicks to the NGOs, and they are also supplying the chicks to the Gram Panchayats, where the chick nurseries are there, and these chicks are grown up to the 7 to 8 weeks over there, and from there, once all vaccination has been done, everything has been done, and now the grown-up birds, or in our area we say Talanga birds, these Talanga birds are supplied to the ground level to the beneficiaries. This is a very one of the most successful model I feel in rural poultry. Like this, Bangladesh model is there, Assam models are there, different kind of rural poultry models are working, and they are doing a very important role in rural poultry. Another one more model, that is a homestead cage, fresh eggs. See, Kerala University studied and they supplied 5 birds, commercial layer birds, and with small cage facility. And in this system, people don't have to buy the eggs from outside. The fresh eggs will be there. Household lady or a small kids will take care of this bird, and they will enjoy by feeding this to the chicks and collecting the eggs. So there is no need to procure the eggs from outside. Fresh eggs will be available at your home. But the same model, I see that in Maharashtra, 1 or 2 trainees there, they have multiplied, and they have kept, instead of 5 birds, they use around 200 colored birds in his home, same house. You can see by picture from the second-hand material, you can see the old shed. He has procured some old cages, old feeder and water. He has installed, and around 150 to 200 birds he has kept, colored birds. And whatever the egg collection is there, that eggs are sold in around the village, only in the same village or same nearby village, and he's getting around 1 to 2 rupees from that particular egg by saying the fresh egg and colored egg. Sometimes he sells the egg with the name of native eggs also. So this is a very excellent model, I feel, which is now developing, or you can say the multiplying at different area of the country. Now, tribal area, I have seen in tribal area, most of the time the people used to rear the bird, 15-20 birds in backyard system. They will just keep all the birds over there. There is no scientific management. I work in some of the project of tribal area of Gadchiroli in Maharashtra. We encourage some tribal people, instead of keeping 10-15 birds in backyard system, why can't you have 100 or 115 birds, and that too you can keep either this low input technology bird, or there are some area in Maharashtra where you can get the DP bird. The name is a DP. That is normally it's called as the desi poultry. It is again a cross of RIR and local bird and some low input technology bird. So people have made and they have given a name of DP. Though DP is not a breed, but they called as in our area it's called as a desi poultry. Such kind of birds are very close to the native bird, and those birds now we are encouraging to these people, you keep in front yard. You can see this structure. It is a low cost shed in which they can keep 100 birds with scientific management and all, and they are earning very good profit out of it, because whatever the weekly bazaars are there, they are selling this bird with the rate of around 300 or 350, and sometimes 50% birds are sold in wholesale rate and 50% sold birds are sold in retail rate. So this is a very good model, I feel, in tribal area which is working. One of the guy, you can see the Prasad, who is again a trainee or student of me, and very interestingly what he has done, there are some sheds which you can, sheds are vacant shed due to this or that situation, because you know that the commercial industry, broiler industry, maybe in year 1 or 2 batches you may get in loss. Like in COVID situation, few farmers are not interested to continue in the broiler bird, but this chap has used this facility, and now he has took on rent basis 6 to 7 species, and he has placing different kind of bird like Satpura, Inbro, and some desi birds are also available in Maharashtra. We called as a DP. So this desi poultry birds he is placing and earning around more than 40 to 50,000 rupees per month, because he has no investment. He has took all the shade on rent basis. There is no investment in non-recurring expenditure. Another small model of 50 grown-up birds to each family in another area, that is suicide-prone area of Maharashtra, Yavatmal, where one of the NGO with the government support, they have given the 50 birds family of colored birds, and they have appointed one person from the same village. They have supplied little bit initial feed, and later on, once the egg production started, farmer has to bear the feed cost, and the feed will be provided by the that particular NGO on payment basis. And whatever eggs will be there, those eggs will be collected. One of the person of that village, he will get around 25 to 30 paisa, 20 paisa from for each egg, and those eggs will be brought to the taluka place, and that NGO will brand those eggs. They will brand the eggs, and they will sell those eggs with a higher margin at the district level, or you can say the cities level. So this is also very interesting and very good model with a certain modification. This is playing a very important role in that particular area to boost the economy of the rural people. Semi-intensive, this is a model which we have at our own college farm, because this is a very semi-intensive model. In this model, say the people, because during the training people, we encourage the people to keep the birds in such a model, so that during night hour they can keep the birds inside, and during a whole day the birds can roam outside. As in the morning, the Paul was saying about the welfare issue, and also that kind of issues are not over here. But only supplement, hardly you have to give the 15 to 20 gram per bird supplementary feed. As much as you have the SFRB area, that is a scavenging feed based area, you will have the less cost investment on the feed. You have to only supplementary feeding to this bird. Again, in this, whatever the weekly bazaars are there, from there you can procure some waste material. You can get some material from kirana shop, and you can formulate your own diet with some mineral mixture, and you can give this to the bird. You can rear some dual purpose bird, as well as you can rear the egg type bird in this small family layer semi intensive model. This is again a very interesting front yard poultry shed. I am again associated with few of the government policies, or rather I will say government schemes, in which you can see the picture of a small shed of 50 square feet. So when we went to the farmers, or specifically lady farmers, and we went encourage them, instead of keeping only 10-15 birds, why can't you go for a little more amount? And in that, the government has invested shade, and we have designed a small front yard shade, and we have provided this shade to those family, and we encourage them, and very interesting results are coming. Like around, you can say that 10% to 15% people, or rather I will say ladies, they are again demanding us, so we need chicks and feed, because see, this is a very small model, and they don't have to take much care of the bird. At the certain age, they will sell this bird in local villages weekly bazaar, and they are earning. But only thing is that the beneficiary is ladies, because they can take more better care of the chicks as compared to the gentleman men. Very interesting. Again, there is one person from Maharashtra Hingoli district, and when see, this is an invention. What I used to say come from the farmer mind. When normally we don't encourage, but see how he beautifully has made. See, he won't take a whole year the batches, but he has very meticulously he captured few of the events of the year, like Holi, you can say the Pola, or some certain period of the year, New Year. And what he used to do, he used to do the brooding part in his own, and later on he has constructed a small, you can see the shade at his own field with the saris and all, and small jali. And no doubt risk is more, because no doubt there is no investment, risk is more. But during night hour, he himself is sleep with this bird during night hour with a small quad, and at the end of the rearing period, he and his son, they used to sell and earn some money from such kind of model. So I specifically, when we say that, like, the people mind, like people, you can say subject people say, no, we have to construct the shed, but see, hardly he can get 2 or 3 batches in a year with with such kind of, you can say, the technology. If you compare these native birds with the low input technology bird, no doubt, because there is a huge demand, sir, we want only native bird, sir, हमको देसी मुर्गी चाहिए. See, it's very difficult to provide them the large quantity of desi bird, but we can provide the large quantity of low input technology bird. Just I tried to compare the native birds, low input technology birds, and you can say the commercial laying, hardly you will get 60 eggs, but in this low input technology bird you can get around 150 to 180 eggs. Weight also good. Very interestingly, FCR also very poor in desi bird, but you will get a better FCR in low input technology bird compared to native. Just is the comparison in native, low input technology and broiler birds. Another guy, again my training is Mr. Akash. See, encouraged him. He was more interested in broiler. So what we have planned, instead of going for 2,000, 5,000 capacity, because there is again an issue of investment as well as marketing. So what we did, I asked him, you just go for 200 birds or maximum 200, is placing at each 15 days 200 birds or 250 birds, and he is selling all the birds in his own village as well as nearby 1 or 2 village, and at the end of 40 or 45 days he is around earning around 50 to 20,000 rupees. It's a very good substantial amount for him, as well as it's again a very good support to his family. Transformation, when we say this rural poultry transformation, so I give a claps, or I must appreciate, or we give must credit to this NSPDT, which is one of the very interesting, very important, or major player in commercial rural poultry. I'm saying commercial rural poultry. This NSPDT model is very well known model. In this model, their main branch is at Bhopal, office is at Bhopal. This NSPDT same integration model they are playing. This is the cooperative society, and at state level they have the federation also. Around 12,000, 12,000 से 13,000 महिलाएं, 12,000 ladies are there. They are joined with this NSPDT, and only ladies are entertained. In this, government is support, one-time support for the construction of the small shed of capacity hold only 500 birds. And these NSPDT people, they will supply the day-old chicks of broiler, and the lady has to spend hardly 3 to 4 hours for his rearing of the broiler bird. Apart from that, she can do his other field work or other works, and she is earning around 35 to 40,000 per batch. Again, 30,000, 35 to 40,000 rupees yearly. Sorry, 35 to 40,000 rupees yearly she is earning from each batch. And this is a very interesting and very important model which has been given a, you can say, the direction for the rural poultry. Now they have came up, they come in. They have started one dressed chicken center also with the name of Suktawa Chicken, and they have some branches in Jharkhand as well as in near about the Chhattisgarh, Bhopal. And these ladies, now this woman, you can say the power, they have shown that how they can come up from the, they can help this rural economy ahead. You can see these pictures very beautifully, and branding name is the Sukatwa Chicken. And not only in 2018, one of the lady of that group, she has given the demo presentation of her group activity to our honorable prime minister, and what dream he has seen, that is a doubling farmer income. I think this is the one of the NSPDT who is really giving boost to the quote of doubling farmer income. Changes in the poultry industry during as well as the after COVID situation. During this COVID situation, I have seen that there is a major issue, because I used to get a फार्मर साहब, हमको यहाँ पुलिस वाले ने रोक दिया है, वो चिक्स आगे जाने नहीं दे रहा है और वो गाड़ी आगे नहीं बढ़ने दे रहा है. So due to this situation, most of the poultry units I have seen that they have got closed down just due to the difficulty in procurement of the inputs, specifically chicks. Because at ground level, as few of the technical people, they don't know, but how you can expect from the police department and all, and they are stopping all the devil chicks vehicles and selling birds. No, 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 you can't sell this bird because the corona issue is there. And due to this practical or ground level situation, I have seen that most of the farms, they are shut down just due to the difficulty in input as well as some time of the output, that is the selling of the bird. See, as on today, what we are running the industry is hardly capacity of 50 to 60%. See, yet we are not started 100% because main is hotel business. Unless the hotel business start 100%, now it is unlock situation is there, situation is becoming more better and better. But unless the hotel gets started, this economy or entire poultry industry economy will not come to normalization. Once the hotel will come, automatically again the situation will be increased. So similarly, this rural poultry, or you can say the commercial broiler, or this industry will be get boost once 100% hotel business will start, because most of the time people have seen at the weekend they used to go to the hotel and enjoy the chicken and all. So this will all will boost once the hotel business will start at normalize. Very interestingly, this during, as I told, corona, during this situation, the colored birds have the more resistance for COVID and this kind of myths, and people were selling the home delivery. This concept in the morning also, the people speaker Mr. Paul spoken on this. The home delivery concept has been increased. Now people are believing. Earlier, someone has put it, seeing is believing. That is the concept. But now people are trying to believe. नहीं भाई, अगर वो बोल रहा है, brand is there, he is assuring about the quality, people are ready to deliver. Or rather, I will say this situation has forced them to ask for the home delivery. They don't want to take the risk outside going and purchasing the chicken. Instead of that, the person will come at home. So this the home delivery concept has been boosted up during this corona COVID situation. Now government also has, whatever the schemes are there, government has not stopped any government poultry scheme specifically. Government is boosting, because now everyone knows the economy is coming down and everyone has the issues. So now whatever the government schemes are there, you can see this during this COVID situation also. I was there in some of the part of this Maharashtra area where these government schemes are there, and we are trying to support these rural poultry, rural women through our poultry birds. Kadaknath, very interesting. See, everyone knows the boom, or there is a Kadaknath. Everyone was behind the Kadaknath. नहीं मुझे कड़कनाथ खा के देखना है. But during 2019, again there is a decline was there to the Kadaknath. But before some days, I have seen some customers came and they say, sir, if you eat the Kadaknath, it has a special power to cover or cope up the corona, and such kind of advertisement I saw on the WhatsApp and some social media, and people were again behind the Kadaknath, and there is huge demand in Maharashtra again, boosting up for this Kadaknath bird to just to get more immunity during this corona situation. So fight back against corona with Kadaknath. Yes, I am personally, I got 2 or 3 calls from bank people. Sir, you want the loan for home loan? You want any car loan? No, you give me the loan for poultry. He will get stuck up. He will say, okay, okay, sir. But whatever the interest he has shown for me, home loan or car loan, that same interest the banks are not showing in poultry farm. So this is again an area, because unless you support the farmer through help, so there is some interventions are needed from government side, so that bank should support to the farmer at least at marginal level, so that the farmer can get the support from the bank and start his own business. So bank loan is a major issue nowadays during this COVID situation. But to counteract that, one Kisan card facility is there, and this facility now the central government has issued to the all farmer, and through this Kisan card, around 3 lakh rupees. Maximum limit is a 3 lakh rupees. In this 3 lakh, you cannot construct the shed, but you can get the chicks, all recurring expenditure like chicks, feed, medicine. So this much you can purchase through this Kisan card facility. So government also know the rural economy is very important, and through this Kisan credit card Yojana, we can purchase the bird as well as feed and all recurring expenses. there is a section in the community, society, who are very much fond of only desi chicken. And when I say that why broiler, they say, "Nee, sir, we don't want the taste of that broiler, but we want only desi bird, native birds, low input technology bird. We develop such kind of taste." That is a section of the society which was very interested in desi bird. And I've seen this section is increasing day by day, and specifically in this COVID situation, people are more interested in these native birds or low input technology bird as compared to the concept of organic chicken, enriched chicken, native bird, desi bird. But I'm sure this class or this society of the section people are increase. They will increase after this corona situation. Now, integrators, everyone knows that entire industry has been collapsed during this corona situation. So I have seen few farmers are there, integrators are there. No, they are not ready to place the bird because of this corona situation due to the all economics has been collapsed. But few of the farmer now they have started their own farming in colored birds because they know that though it's a long period than the broiler bird, but they know that keeping the vacant shed, they are ready to place this colored bird and trying to fetch some amount in that vacant shed. So I hope that around not more but hardly 1 or 2% of the integrator farmers who are in contract farming, they may switch over from broiler contract farming to maybe in their own colored bird farming. Again, private sector is interested to grow in colored birds. I have seen there are so many queries where the people who are working since so many days in commercial poultry, they are asking now, sir, can you help us in telling the nutrient requirement of the desi bird? Oh, surprising. So they were not bothered about the nutrient requirement of the colored bird, but now they're asking, what is have you done any trials for that? What is the specific optimum requirement of the native bird? Such kinds of queries are coming. One of the group, I don't know whether I should mention or not, but the name is AVM Group. They are also in queries. Sir, is it possible for us to get some desi or native low input technology hatching eggs? And now they want to start their business in colored birds. So it's a well-known company. It is due to certain reason it was shut down, but now again they want to restart, but not in commercial, but they want to come in the colored birds, or you can say the in rural poultry. Now, as I earlier shared, some people now young chaps now they always keep thinking and thinking what we can do. So now, as I told, few sheds are vacant. So now few young chaps they are approaching and they are saying, sir, can we start a contract farming or integration in desi bird? Yes, of course, why not? So this is another option which is coming up during this COVID situation, and some of the, maybe in coming future the integration option might come in this desi bird. Employment, yes, everyone knows this workforce has been reduced down. The people are traveling to their own native. But in initial stage, once they back to their home, for a few days they don't bother because they have a few amount with them. But after days are passing, situation is becoming worse and worse. Now they are thinking what to do. Either go back to their home again, the metropolitan city, or they should start something at their own level at some start off. You can say the economy should run, and sorry, the money should run, rotate. And now the only best solution is the poultry. And now they come, sir, can you suggest us some of the tips of the poultry farming so that on small scale we shall start during this COVID situation, and once the things will be normalized, they may shut down or they may grow this business, or they may go back to their own business. Job opportunity, yes. During this after this COVID situation, as I told, skilled and unskilled, the both manpower is a major issue nowadays. And recently, few days back, I have seen one advertisement of Optima company. They are looking for some technical staff, and I'm sure after this, once this unlock situation is over and the industry will come to the normalize, there will be huge shortage of the manpower. Technical as well as skilled as well as unskilled people have the lot of job opportunities in the poultry industry, including rural poultry as well as the commercial poultry. Every coin has a two side, and as I told, some this during this low COVID situation, I got 3 to 4 calls from the different NGOs. They have approached the government and saying that, sir, government can support these NGOs so that this support will extend their services at rural level by supplying the chicks. Now, these all NGOs, maybe a Nageshwara Trust or maybe a Seva Trust, there are a number of NGOs are there, World Vision NGO is there. So those people are just using this situation and they are now approaching us to us or government how they can help to the rural people through the rural poultry export. Yes, see, mostly though we are very lacking in export, but I'm sure specifically colored bird, there is a huge demand of colored bird in our adjoining countries like Nepal, Maldives, and specifically South African countries where export has we have a lot of scope for export. Recently, I had a talk with one of the major player, rural poultry player, Inbro Group, told that their contentment is held up just due to the corona situation. They have to sell around 15 lakh egg to the Nepal, but due to this corona situation they are unable to. So in this coming after this, when this situation comes down, I am sure South African countries as well as adjoining area we have scope to export these colored birds, as these birds reach more price in other countries. Due to this corona situation, government also importance of egg and chicken, and you can see the Pashu Palan and Dairy Vibhag. This is a tweet given by the central government. They are tweeting on the online. Now government also know that no, we have to boost the immunity of the people. See, now only one option for us in during corona is to increase your immunity. And increasing the immunity, best option is the only chicken and egg, and this importance has been recognized by the government. We are since long time we are saying to the government, but the government is not exactly taking up very seriously. But this corona forced the government also to advertise the eggs and all. You can see very easily. Similarly, in some of the few groups are there, that is a VIP group, which is a very active association, vets in poultry. They are also promoting for chicken through these few vets are there. They are supporting eggs and chicken. And this is the situation, I will say, corona situation. We must, everyone must, specifically all vet must be enter in this and grab the situation, promote the chicken as well as egg. As I recently told, process dress. See, Indipro Group from Hyderabad. Earlier they were not in the dressing and this processing, but recently they have used this situation and now they are 1000 kg weekly dressed chicken in Hyderabad and adjoining area, and now the demand is increasing. What I got the information that demand is increasing. So this is the right time. If anybody is specifically, I have seen a lot of young MVC scholars and students are there who are listening. So this is the right time we can enter in such kind of business of processing and dressing sector. And in the morning I have seen someone has asked that what should be the strategy to boost up the dressing market in the Indian customer. See, what I feel, unless the government sector, specifically government institute like Kerala, Maharashtra, maybe Tamil Nadu, these have to start their own dressing plant. What I feel, they have to start their own university or government institute has to start their own dressing plant. And once the government starts selling the dressed chicken, processed chicken, I am damn sure after 1 or 2 years, the increase, there will be huge demand will be there. Automatically, then private players will become inside, and there is the scope. Because normal people, common people, they directly they don't believe and they don't go to the private industry to purchase the dressed chicken. But a government sector, if start, university has start dress chicken counter, sell counter on large scale. Definitely, I feel this should be the strategy so that we can enter more and more in dress and processed chicken. Now, this is the era of electronic era online. Very surprisingly, my father never used the mobile and all, but in the morning he asked me, I want to attend one webinar. He was now the person who don't know handling the mobile, but still this situation forced him to go for the online attending the training program and all. And I'm sure in coming part, the Zomato, Swiggy, Uber, this Facebook, websites, WhatsApp, this will play a very, very important role in Indian poultry industry for boosting the economy. This gentleman is one of my colleague and my friend. In this worst condition, on last month, 3rd of the June, he has started is a see the shop name also, Wet Chicken. as I rightly told you, this is the time COVID effect. See, the people have stopped investing, but this gentleman dared and started with the investment of 3 to 4 lakh rupees. I don't say that one should enter in such a big investment, but at taluka place or small level, like suppose if anybody interested, he can start a small level of 1 lakh 2 lakh invest, and he should start the dressing chicken. And this gentleman only called me day before, and he said that there are some customers who are coming and purchasing broiler, but at the same time few customers are demanding desi dressed chicken. Yes, now this is the right time. You see, people are coming in the process dressing the shops, and they are asking, we don't want the broiler, we want the desi dressed chicken. And he said that where he can get ample quantity of dressed chicken of desi bird, so that he can keep those bird in dressed chicken in his shop. So what I mean to say, the way we have to go ahead in the corona situation, and the people will, I'm sure, they will purchase the dressed chicken. Now, in brief, yes, this is the second alarming to the poultry industry, because everyone witnessed in 2006 when the bird flu came, everyone was thought that industry band ho, डूब जाएगा. But no, see, this poultry industry will not stop. See, in 2006, then 2020, in during this around 2014 years, there is a tremendous change in poultry industry. Whenever this such kind of situation comes, the poultry industry again stood very strongly, again jumped, and I'm damn sure in couple of years the poultry industry will again boost with the same speed what it was behind before the 1 or 2 year. So this is the second alarming, but no doubt we should learn and we should take the positive message from this corona situation, how we can boost the poultry industry. There is a need to study the state-wise demand and supply of colored bird, because we have done a lot of scope or work in commercial broiler and how much demand is there, but yet we don't have a data what is the demand and supply of colored bird in each state. So there is a need to study such kind of demand and supply of colored birds. Government and industry need to work together. Yes, in the morning Paul was telling, we don't have a common platform. Group, we have the Indian Poultry Science Association, we have the Kerala chapter, we have the British, but we don't have a single platform where we can urge with the government. So there is a need of Indian Poultry Council, a single platform where we can talk with the government one to one, we can negotiate and we can demand and we can have some dialogues with the government. So this is again, I think, the situation through which we can pass and we can form such kind of association. Government needs small scale dressing plant. See, as I told, the government is supporting for live bird, but this is the time I expect the for small dressing unit, maybe of costing maybe more than, not more than 1,50,000 small dressing unit at taluka place, where he can expenditure of this equipment and all. The young people will come up in this business and they will start dressing and processing, because unless government support this, people will not dare to come in this dressing and processing plant. Need to create awareness of the poultry meat and egg. Yes, this is the time, and people are trying at own level. One must be very he should take, yes, no, we have to educate the people about the awareness about the consumption, because you know, so there are some vegetarian people, some of the groups are there, they are always competing with us, they are trying vegetarian, they are always behind us, how to they drag this poultry industry down. But the same fight with them, we should immediately appropriate authority, we should contact them, and we should make the awareness about among the people about the chicken and egg consumption. There is a scope for color birds from small to large scale. Yes, backyard poultry, but I'm damn sure in coming years there is a scope for larger scale, and I'm sure the industry will grown up in colored birds. Not least, that is how these color birds will bring the rural economy from back to front. Ultimately, rural economy, it means the Indian economy, and within this cup, after this unlock situation, this color rural poultry or rural economy will boost the entire poultry industry. Thank you very much for listening me and giving this opportunity. Thank you very much.
So the first question is by one participant. He asked that, can you please list out some aspects that has to be automated in order to enhance poultry production?
Sorry.
Can you please list out some aspects that has to be automated in order to enhance poultry production?
Yeah, surely. See, as I told, one is the watering equipment. We can go for the automation of the watering equipment. I'm talking about rural poultry, no doubt. So because I have seen the most of the people in rural area, they have the manual watering system. Very few people, or almost people, they are going for automation in watering. And everyone knows the water is the major source of infection. So automation in watering is the major important role. Again, if possible, automation in feeding, that also very important. It also play a very important role in rural poultry to boost the poultry production. And again, the dressing, as I told, dressing and processing. If they are ready to invest in that, that is the best. Or at least they can hire or they can purchase small equipment of cutting, scalding, and you can say the chopping. So such kind of equipment they can take, or automation they can follow, semi-automation rather I will say, and I'm sure this will help for the poultry production.
Okay, thank you, sir. Another question is whether NABARD is offering any loan for poultry farming.
Yeah, surely. See, most of the people think they want the loan. As on today, the as such, there is no direct scheme. See, most of the time, what happens? The people feel that the NABARD give the loan. See, NABARD directly they don't give any kind of loan. That person has to apply to the bank for loan, and that the case will referred from bank to NABARD, and rate of interest, suppose 12%, suppose 12% is the rate of interest. In that situation, NABARD will give the 6% rate of interest to the bank, not to the farmer. And in that case, the farmer has to go for only 6% rate of interest to the particular bank. So in this way, NABARD will. But as on today, as such, for rural poultry, not no exact scheme for rural poultry.
Okay, sir. Sir, one participant is requesting to clarify or friend yard. What do you mean by actually friend yard? And whether it is actually the friend of the home, or you mean any other meaning for the term friend yard?
Very interesting. See, this is a term which I coined. I thought that whenever we talk about the poultry, the people say backyard, backyard, backyard. So backyard means where we have only 10 to 15 birds, where no input, zero input. But the term which when I want to say the front, so I mean you don't keep that bird in backyard. See, that birds are giving something to you. They are boosting your economy. They are giving nutrition as well as income to you. So you keep those birds in front of house, front yard, आपके आंखों के सामने रखिए. So you give some more attention on that bird so that your income will increase. So backyard to front yard इसका मतलब ये है कि you just invest little higher in low input technology bird so that the you will earn more income. No, sorry, I'm not audible. Stella
Okay,
ma'am, I'm not.
okay, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, can you please stop sharing your PPT?
Yeah, please. Is it okay?
Okay, sir.
Right.
Stop sharing. Can you please click the application or click the icon, stop sharing the content? Okay, now it is okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir, another question is that you have mentioned about predator problem. And that is
Yes.
very common in backyard poultry production also. One participant is asking that, is there any easy solution for that?
Easy solution is the only shade. See, unless see predator problem is, but only easy solution is that you have to construct a small shed where you can keep your bird safe. As I shown in one of my PPT, I have shown one shade structure which is a low cost model. You can prepare such kind of shade and you can keep your safely in that shade, because predators may be a dog, predator may be a wild animal, predator may be a snake, predator may be a rat. So different kind of predator. So to protect the bird from predator, you have the only option quality of good shade.
Next question is that, what about the quantity of feed consumed by backyard poultry to attain a minimum of 1.5 kilogram body weight? And can you elaborate more on the FCR of backyard poultry?
same query. Now again you have to differentiate whether you want backyard means where you don't want any kind of feed, or whether you are rearing the bird in you are using the bird in backyard system as such with no feed. So there is no question of FCR because you are not giving any kind of. When you keep those birds in intensive system or native bird, you can say that if you keep an intensive system, 3.75 FCR you will get in native birds or desi bird when you keep those bird in intensive system. But if you keep the same low input technology bird in intensive system, you will get FCR of around 2.5 to 2.75 is the FCR for the low input technology birds.
Okay, thank you, sir. Another question is that, can you elaborate on the difference between slow growing and commercial broilers with respect to management, performance and quality of meat? Slow growing and commercial broilers.
So, once again, please repeat.
Sir. Okay, sir. Can you elaborate on the difference between slow growing and commercial broilers with respect to management, performance and quality of meat?
Yes, see, when we talk about the slow growing and commercial broiler, see, in case of broiler, you have seen that the FCR is around, nowadays people are getting 1.5 FCR. These are the fast growing broiler. The genetic makeup in such a way that feed, best management, best and best feed you are giving, and you are achieving the body weight at the end of 35 days, you are getting more than 2 kg body weight. These are fast gaining broiler birds. And when we talk about the slow growing bird, like a low input technology bird, like I mentioned Indbro. So Indbro company or like a cake farm, they have the croiler. They have introduced another word, that is a croiler. So what is this croiler? This is a brother of broiler, but only speed is less because the genetic makeup is different. Though you give the very good quality of the bird feed also, the bird fast. To attain the same body weight at around 55-56 days for this growing bird, just due to the genetic makeup. Another thing, at the same time, you don't have to feed a very high quality feed because this bird don't need that much protein. So you can compromise in feed quality, the broiler as well as this croiler, or you can say the slow growing bird. Now regarding the tenderness, it has been always observed that when the bird has been grown more than 2 kg body weight, specifically broiler, the tenderness has been lost. People, we have conducted some trials also. Once the bird weigh more than 2.5 kg, the tenderness is decreased in case of broiler, and people may not like the taste of the quality of the broiler. But once the bird grow up to 2 kg, the people may prefer the quality of the meat, tenderness of the meat will be good. Similarly, the same when you go for the slow growing bird, the tenderness is more better. It is more chewable. The quality of the meat is acceptability of the consumer is more for slow grown broiler birds.
Okay, thank you, sir. Another question is that, is it economical to invest more on backyard poultry, especially in a group of less than 100 birds whose genetic makeup is poor? Also, the production potential is also not good. And participant is asking whether it is economical to invest on such backyard poultry in a group of less than 100 birds.
See, when we say that rural poultry, first of all, you have to see the person. Like suppose 100 birds, that is not for the person who is having a very good financial background. These all models which I told you, the people the very poor in economically, they don't want to go for more higher investment. For those people, this is economical 100%, because when he rear 100 birds, so at the end of the 2.5 months and all native birds, he will get a weight of around 1.5 kg, and he will get a very good amount through selling this bird at the end of 2.5 to 3 months. So this is good model for those people. But suppose if you are very good in economically, instead of that 100 birds, I will suggest to hire a big shed of maybe 2000 capacity or 3000 capacity, and there you invest, because risk is less. In case of broiler bird, if you are rearing the open shed broiler, I am damn sure in a year one or two batch will be in a loss. But at the same time, when you go for this low input technology bird, risk is less. Maximum chances are there you will get the remuneration, you will get profit out of that. So instead of getting the 6 broiler batches, you can go for 4 or 5 batches with less risk in rural poultry or low input technology birds.
So next question is that what type of birds will the farmers prefer, whether it is indigenous or synthetic birds, and what are the breeds recommended with respect to profit and acceptability?
You want to say the native birds or whether you want the low input
Ah.
technology birds?
Both they are asking whether the farmers will prefer indigenous or synthetic.
Yeah, see, again,
breeds.
yeah, sure. See, the same question was asked in the morning to the poll regarding the broiler. So, which broiler bird should be preferred? The situation varies from place to place. In some part, there is a demand of this DP. DP is not a breed. It is a desi poultry, which is a cross of multiple birds, RIR, and some birds from CPDO, Kaveri. They are cross and they are selling. So for you, what I will answer, it depends on the specific area, which kind of bird demand is there. It is not 100% that the bird acceptable in Maharashtra, the same bird will be acceptable in adjoining state of Telangana. Maybe the bird which is acceptable in Telangana may not acceptable in Maharashtra. So it totally which type of bird has to use, it depend on the local demand, bird people accept. So it totally depend on the what kind of bird is acceptable.
Sir, many are asking about the diseases. So how can we prevent coccidiosis and CRD? Is there any vaccine against coccidiosis? Also, backyard poultry are more prone to Rannicke disease and fowl pox. What are the solutions? Also, some are asking about the disease challenges in this type of farming.
Yeah, see,
all questions I have combined.
Yeah. See, I'm sure when you talk about the challenges, there is again this is a major challenge in rural poultry, that is a disease aspect, because most of the farmer, I will say more than 95% farmer in backyard farming, they don't go for the vaccination, and Rannicke disease is the major issue. So it is always better he should follow the vaccination schedule. He should repeat the first they should give for the, and then they should go for the Lasota. Another I will go for the IBD vaccine, and third is the pox is another issue. And in the morning also we were discussing for the dose of the probiotic, or at least simple the curd what we use at our home. If you provide this kind of curd to the bird, it will helpful as a probiotic for the birds. Another, deworming, because once the birds are moving deep litter system, no one is doing the deworming. So after each 2 months before vaccination, one should promote the deworming for the bird. So definitely this worm load will, once it will be decreased, automatically you will get the better production in this kind of bird. Again, regarding vaccine, I think like Tanuwas, they have developed the feed-based vaccine. Such kind of vaccines also you can use for Rannicke disease. And oral hygiene and biosecurity. These are the two major issues through which you can overcome the all kind of diseases in poultry, specifically rural poultry.
Sir, thank you, sir. Another question is that what is the future of free-range poultry farming in the perspective of agri-tourism? What is the future of free-range poultry farming in the perspective of agri-tourism?
Yeah, see, in this, I will suggest, suppose already any agri, like suppose in Maharashtra, we have 1 or 2 adventure park. 1 or 2 adventure parks are there, where the people are regularly visiting with their children for adventure. So what we are planning nearby that adventure park, we are planning a free range farm where we can keep 1,000 of colored birds, or maybe you can say the commercial bird, and The same thing, once the people will come for adventure park, at the same time they will visit the free range farm, and once they will see the all bird free range, they may get fascinated, and at the same time we'll have a small sale counter over there where you can purchase those free range egg with little higher price, the welfare issue, and you can say the by organic eggs. In that term you can sell the egg. I'm damn sure the free range have a scope in near future, but exactly not at isolated farm. The farm should be nearby some agrotourism based area or adventure area where routine people are coming for that activity. Simultaneously they will visit to free range farm and they will purchase the eggs. So instead of going only free range farm, that should be adjoining to the other activity where routine. So definitely there is a scope for that.
Okay, sir. Many are asking about the formulation of feed for native birds, as there is no standardized feeding protocol for native birds as well as LIT birds. Also, they are asking to enlighten them about the homemade feed formulation during this backyard farming.
See, feed formulation, see, it's more technical. In this case, what I will suggest, see, feed formulation is totally depend on the genetic makeup. Like if you go for any commercial business also, if the which breed or which strain you are using, strain have the different requirement. Like different cake farm, they have the different formulation. Indubro have the different. If you go for Vanraja, different feed requirement is there, because each strain have the different nutrient requirement. But when you talk about the native birds, where the genetic makeup is variable, not fixed genetic makeup, at the same time, if you want to go for the feed formulation, in that case, you have to go for the, recently ICAR had one publication, in 2012, they have published one data or their nutrient requirement for this Kadaknath, Kari Shama, and these all native birds. So that kind of, you can take the base of that, and on that basis, you can formulate your feed. Or at least suppose native bird you don't have any feed formula, no feed, because it depends on the what local material you have. At least you should provide the source of any protein, source of energy, mineral mixture for that, or premix, or like agrimin is the one of the powder which is sold by one of the company. So such kind of mineral mixture you can procure. You can mix that mineral mixture with any cereal base and meat, and you can mix it and you can provide to the bird as a good source of mineral feed formula for the birds. So I mean it all depend on the which bird you are rearing. So whosoever interested, he may I can share my email ID also, so I will talk personally to him in more detail on that aspect.
Okay, sir. Next question is about the scope of marketing in a 3,000 capacity colored bird farm. A farm having
Sorry?
3,000 capacity. What is the scope of marketing in a farm having 3,000 capacity birds, that too colored birds? And what is the scope of marketing such birds?
Yeah, it's a very good question. See, as on today, whatever the broiler farmers are there, mostly those people are selling those birds to the traders. So now, if you have a capacity of 3,000, so in this case, what I will suggest, first he should get a survey of who all are the traders in that area who are selling these colored birds. He should contact them so that he will sell the bird. One thing. Another, it will be helpful. Suppose out of 300, he planned, like in the morning he showed, Paul showed 80-20 ratio, like that he go for the ratio of 80-20 or initially 90-10, like 10% bird he should sell at his own retail shop or on retail basis, and 90% bird he should sell on the wholesale basis. And as per his experience, he should increase from 10 to 15%, 15 to 20%. He may start his own small shop with his own bird, and some of the time he should procure the birds from other farms to sell his own counter. So in this way he has to start tackle the situation of selling the 3,000 colored birds.
Okay, sir. So next question is, sir, whether we can use curd as probiotic, and if so, what is the dose of curd as probiotic?
Yeah, in the morning only I was discussing with my student, and recently, as on today itself, we have finished one small try. I have the data also with me. it's a very interesting. You will see. We got the where we get around the 6% curd, 6% curd, where we got the FCR of around, it's approximate data I'm telling. We got a very good, excellent FCR as compared to the bird in control group where we were not fed any curd. So what we did, simply from market, branded curd we purchased, and with the rate of 4%, 2% and 0, it's a control. We fed to these native birds, and at the end of the 4th week, we got a very interesting result, that is a 2.2 FCR in 6% curd, and in control it's a 2.5 FCR. Body weight also is a very good in 6% curd as compared to the control. So as on today, I will recommend for 6% because we have data, but I don't think if 8% also or 10% also, there is no harm. 100% you will get benefit of the curd feeding to this native bird.
Okay, sir. So next question is that, is it scientifically recommended to rear broilers of different ages in a single shed?
Broiler or broiler?
Broiler birds. Scientifically
See,
recommended?
everything is okay if the quantity is less. Like I have shown one of this farmer naming the Akash. He is rearing hardly 200 broiler. So 200 okay, but if you go for the more number of birds, you want to raise 1,000 bird of broiler of different age, definitely in future he will may face a problem, so which is not recommended. But if you are rearing a small quantity of 100, 200, 250 birds of broiler of different age shade also, it is okay. You can control, you can have a better profit also. So quantity I will recommend is hardly 200, 250 birds of broiler of different age, not more than that.
Okay, sir. Next question is that, can we give moringa leaves to low input technology birds?
Sure. See, this all Ayurveda. See, someone asked about the curd. So damn sure there is no negative effect. Suppose if at all if you go and get positive result, I am damn sure you will not get the negative. Similar kind moringa has been, it has improved. There are a number of trials has been conducted. Only thing is availability. So in that case, you have to plant either own moringa plants, or you have to, because once you go for the procurement of the moringa, again the cost will be involved. So if you provide the moringa, 100% that will be profitable, or you can say the immune booster specifically for these native birds.
Okay, sir. So next question is that, is there any ethno-veterinary treatment for backyard poultry? Any ethno-veterinary treatment?
Yes, ethno-veterinary treatment. I have seen that some of the farmer, when they come with the sir, we have some CRD issue, respiratory issue, so they don't have any kind of medicine with them. And if I suggest also you go for this or that medicine, that may not available. So what we used to suggest, simply you might be knowing the lasun, adrak, yeah, and onion. So what we used to suggest, simply he should take like 2 liter of water. In that he should give some sort of onion, that black pepper, and some part of haldi. He should mix, and he should boil the water for around half an hour. Come to the 1 liter, and that all extract will be there in boiling water. Once the water will be cooled down, and use that all extract, squeeze it, you take all that powder material and give feed to the bird, and that water you give to the bird with the rate of 15 to 20 ml for 100 birds. And we have found that that is effective for specifically for the respiratory issue in the native birds. So such type of, you can say, use the ethno-veterinary medicines in poultry bird.
Okay, sir. Another question. Can we import grandparent stock from other countries to start a breeder farm?
Yes, there is a one company from I'm not remembering the name of that particular company. Sorry, colored bird only. One Czech country, yes. Czech. The guy who is interested in grandparent, you should ask him to visit to the Hyderabad Expo. Everywhere the Hyderabad Expo is there. So the person is there who is from Czech country and he is coming up with the colored birds and he is very much interested to supply the brand parent stock in India. But there is no one is taking those parent stock over here. So definitely he can, but subject to the here to meet the all government rules and regulations, and he can procure the parent stock from other country and he can rear in India. No issue.
The participant is asking, can you please share your email ID?
Sure, it's very simple. Simple email ID Mukund Kadam. I will write down over here. Yeah, it's my email ID with phone number of WhatsApp number.
Okay, thank you, sir. So there are two more questions and we are concluding after that. So next question is, why Kadaknath is black and can its color prevents its popularity?
See, it's due to melanin. It's a genetic makeup. See, everyone knows this Kadaknath is originated in MP, Dhar and Jhabua district, and it's a genetic makeup due to the melanin pigment. Like I am a black, someone is a white. So specifically, this Kadaknath bird have a more melanin pigment, and due to this melanin pigment, that in such a way the internal organ also become black. But if you see the nutritional wise, there is no as such role of melanin in nutrition, means nutritional importance of melanin, I mean to say. But a crowd of 100 students and 99 students are very smart, white and all, and one student is black, suppose. So now it's up to that student how he will commercialize it. He may say that I am the only black. He will say he is the only black out of 100. So if such a situation comes in Kadaknath bird, no difference, but due to the color of the bird, internal bird has a huge demand. But no doubt, if you want to go for higher scale, the Kadaknath business will not work. But the Kadaknath business will work only on small scale rural poultry.
Okay, thank you, sir. Due to the time limit, we are going to conclude our session. And many participants have conveyed that the presentation was very nice, and they have conveyed their sincere thanks also to you, sir. May I now invite Dr. Leo Joseph to conclude the session.
Thank you, Sheila.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Kadam. That was a wonderful presentation. You have touched in detail many aspects of the rural poultry. Initially, you gave what is the status of rural poultry in India with the different agencies and agencies who are supplying the chicks and the quantum that is involved. Then you went to the rural poultry models. Then you touched about the commercial rural poultry project, that is a NSPDT working. Then you specifically came to the COVID situation. What is the situation of poultry in this COVID situation? Some shutdown, then lack of hotel business like that. But then advantages were some home delivery, more people involved in the rural poultry like that you came with. Then some ideas, new ideas which came up in this field, that is integration, NGOs coming in this process, processing plants like that, and more people going for processed poultry. So that you touched. And finally, you are very optimistic that after this COVID scenario, poultry will definitely get a boost, especially rural poultry will get a boost with some suggestions that there should be Deshi or the native birds chicks should be made available by the government or farms or government farms or universities. then a common platform for the poultry industry, then setting up of more dairy plants, so like that. So the color birds, finally you suggested color birds from small to large scale, rural economy from back to front. So these were very good messages. That was one. So this was touched all the aspects and which was very informative. And thank you for this presentation which you have made from your own experience and from data. You have compiled a lot of them, which was very informative, and the presentation was also was good. And thank you very much. And I think the presentation was useful to all the participants also. And I once again thank Dr. Mukund Kadam and the organizers for this wonderful webinar. Thank you.
Thank you very much for Kerala University for giving me opportunity to speak worldwide.
Oh, very good, sir. It's very much appreciated.
Special thanks to Vimal Anthony who has given me opportunity to speak this.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
Thank you, doctor. Thank you.
Thank you,
So
Vimal.
on
Thank you,
behalf of
Stella.
Okay, thank you, sir. So on behalf of the organizing committee, I would like to extend our sincere thanks to Dr. Mukund Kadam for this excellent session. Also, I would like to extend our sincere thanks to Dr. Leo Joseph for chairing the session. Thank you all the participants. Thank you once again.